나에게 상처를 주네. 이 나이 먹도록 사람을 잘 모르나 보다. 사람은 보여도 마음은 보이지 않아. 이 나이 되어서 그래도 당신을 만나서 고맙소 고맙소 늘 사랑하오. 술 취한 그날 밤 손등에 눈물을 떨굴 때 내 손을 감싸며 괜찮아 울어준 사람. 세상이 등져도 나라서 함께 할 거라고. 번지던 눈물이 참 뜨거웠소. 이 나이 되어서 그래도 당신을 만나서 고맙소 고맙소 늘 사랑하오. 못난 나를 만나서 긴 세월 고생만 시킨 사람, 이런 사람이라서 미안하고 아픈 사람. 나 당신을 위해 살아가겠소. 남겨진 세월도 함께 갑시다. life. Oh, and dawn golden dawn throughout the shining fatherland. Sun that brings us life. Oh, and dawn golden dawn throughout the shining fatherland. Oh, and tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings us life. 다짐을 하고만 사랑은 알 수 없어. 사랑으로 가슴을 진실하게 울지요. 그대 작은 가슴에 심어준 사랑이야. 상처를 주지 마 영원히. 끝도 시작도 없이 아득한 사랑의 미로요. 흐르는 눈물은 없어도 가슴은 젖어버리고 두려움에 떨리는 것은 사랑의 기쁨인가요? 그대 작은 가슴에 심어준 사랑이야. 상처를 주지 마 영원히. 끝도 시작도 없이 아득한 사랑의 미로요. 때로는 쓰라린 이별도 쓸쓸히 맞이하면서 그리움만 태우는 것이 사랑의 진실인가요? 그대 작은 가슴에 심어준 사랑이야. 상처를 주지 마 영원히. 끝도 시작도 없이 아득한 사랑의
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 사랑 찾아 인생을 찾아 하루 종일 숨기차게 뛰어다닌다. 성장 하늘 아래서 내 꿈도 가까이 온다. 사랑도
Test mic. Hello everyone. This is just to test the mic. Happy Sunday to you all. Test mic, 1, 2, 3, test mic, test mic. Okay, thank you.
우리 인생 살다 보면 힘든 날도 수없이 찾아오지만 사랑 하나 그 사랑 하나 찾으려고 몸부림치네. 사랑 찾아 인생을 찾아 하루 종일 숨이 차게 뛰어다닌 것 소중한 하늘 아래서 내 꿈도 가까이 온다.
Test mic. Test mic. Okay. Thank you.
우정도 알고 저 하나로 살고 있고 저마다 갇힌 인생 속에 또 하루를 바쁘게 산다. 우리 인생 살다 오면 힘든 날도 수없이 찾아오지만 오늘보다 더 멋진 인생 찾기 위해 몸부림치네. 사랑 찾아 인생을 찾아 하루 종일 숨이 차게 뛰어다닌 것 소중한 하늘 아래서 내 꿈도 가까이 온다. 사랑 찾아 인생을 찾아 지친 가슴 끌어안고 뛰어다닌 것 소중한 하늘 아래서 내 꿈도 가까이 온다. 우리의
Love is everything, ardent blessings, burning star. Love is everything, are you living, are you
Lord, give me the song of life.
Test mic.
Wow. Je suis
This is a wonderful performance, and this song here overwhelmed me. You are my sunshine. It is so beautiful. It always makes me think of our true parents. And you, tell me, how did you find this song?
Amazing. Beautiful video. I just loved it. It shows the beauty of love. And if you like us enjoy this beautiful video, give it a big round of applause. Send your appreciations and comments in the chat. Wow. Thanks again for this beautiful song.
It just brings to my mind our slogan.
Oh yes, which one?
Oh, you too. HJ Sparks.
Ah yes, but you know, not everyone knows that.
Donc, les gars,
That's so true. So it's very simple. I say HJ Sparks.
And we say,
light
up the
up the
world.
world.
Light up the world. It just means light up the world.
Exactly. So we are Hyojeong stars. We must light up the world. So let's try. Let's give it a try. Are you ready? Are you ready? HJ Sparks.
Light up the world.
Oh no.
ça, c'est pas
It's
encore.
not yet it. It's not yet it. That's not what I want. Let's do that once again. Are you ready? HJ Spark.
Light up the world.
That's it. Thank you, Smart, and thank you to you all. A round of applause.
Nous pouvons à présent
We
commencer.
can start now.
Famille de Chine Afrique.
Dear Shin Africa family, distinguished leaders, dear brothers and sisters, good morning.
You have before you Dejin Kapovin. I am second generation Ivorian Beninese, accompanied by
Smart Kepinto, second generation of Togolese mother and a Beninese father, and we are your
and
MC.
we are your MC. We wish you a happy 10th year of Chonigo.
And welcome to the Hyojeong Festival of Worship, 3rd edition, hosted by the Western Sub-Region. The theme of our festival is Bitter Love, Soul Love, both makes us sweet.
Nous allons démarrer le service de
We
ce
will
jour.
start today's service by singing the Chonegok anthem. Then we will offer a half bow to heavenly parents and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Then we will recite the family pledge. After that, we will invite our elder brother, the national leader of Burkina Faso, for the opening prayer.
Nous allons commencer
We will
par
start with the Chonilgok anthem. Please stand up if you are in your churches or homes. But if you are participating individually in front of your mobile phone or computer, you may remain seated. Here we go.
사랑의 장미 이만의 새 소식이 만발하도다 거대한 육대주와 천주까지도 엉마새 태평선대 기린내새 자유천일구
Merci. Dans la même
Thank
position,
you. In the same position, we will offer a bow. 전지인 참부모님께 경배. 바로. Let's recite the family pledge number 4 and 6. Family pledge number 4. Our family, the honor of Chonilguk, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the heavenly parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. 6. Our family, the honor of Chonilguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parents and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love.
Vous pouvez à présent vous asseoir.
You may now sit down. It is time for us to invite our elder brother, the national leader of Burkina Faso, Reverend Bokun Ngema, for the opening prayer. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much, dear MCs. Dear Blessed Central families of Shin Africa, please join me for the opening prayer. Let's pray. Our dear Heavenly Parents, beloved true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, really thank you for this day on which you are gathering us throughout Africa. You really allowed for this third Hyojeong Worship Festival, and we are grateful to you for it. And today you want to talk to us about love. And we know that throughout history, we had a lot of issues concerning love. And so we want to prepare our hearts to truly understand the message that you want to give us today. Heavenly Father, I want to pray for the person that you have chosen to share this message to us, your son. May you give him the strength and inspiration needed to inspire us as well. Let us be that you want to give us. I want to report this in my name. Blessed Central Family, Achu.
Ajo. Thank you very much for representing us before heaven with this profound prayer. Now we will receive the welcoming remarks from a special person who is dear to us. It is our father, the regional president, Reverend Jean-Pierre Kadima. Thank you for welcoming him with a loud ovation.
Hello. Suis-je audible?
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
Merci, Madame la Vice-Présidente.
So thank you, Madam Regional Vice President.
Merci, chers leaders de Tchoné.
Thank you to our dear Chilean cook
Famille
leaders,
Béni Centrale,
dear Essential families
pour
throughout Shin Africa,
de nos enfants et de toutes les familles bénies centrales de Chine-Afrique en ce dimanche. Un jour spécial pour nous
So this Sunday is a special day on which we
partager
all
et
must share and listen
voir
to our children
leur prouesse vis-à-vis
to see their
avec les parents
accomplishments
célestes et nos relations avec les parents célestes, bien sûr.
with their relationship with us, but also with our heavenly parents.
Vous remercier d'avoir sacrifié de votre
And so I
temps.
would really like to thank you for joining us. Sure, it is not a sacrifice because it is a Sunday, and we have to be together with our children and offer the topic
Qui parle de
the topic
l'amour
of today, which talks about
et les
love.
Français disent
The more bitter it is, the sweeter we get. And as it is said in French, you don't discuss the tastes of someone else.
que mélanger donne plus de la. On sait, c'est
And so in
pardonner.
love, there are two different tastes that, when put together, really helps us grow. It teaches us to unite, to contribute, to share, and to grow together. We learn to
Et chacun de l'un et l'autre
accommodate to another person.
souhaitait un
And so I would
dimanche
like to wish
de tous les goûts et que
a Sunday of all tastes,
s'accroche à son goût
instead
préféré.
of having everyone attached to their preferred tastes and preference, but let's all have the same taste of love, unite with one another
Le vrai amour
to all bring about the true taste of true love and give true life to the next generations. You're all welcome to the Sunday service, and may our heavenly parents and our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind bless you all. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Merci, Papa, pour ces beaux mots.
Thank you, Daddy, for these beautiful opening remarks. Once again, let's team off with a huge round of applause. Now, make yourselves comfortable because we are going to continue. But first, once again, Dejin, are you ready?
Always. Come on, everyone, once again. HJ
Light up the world.
Enchaînons maintenant avec
Now, let's move on to a very exciting program. It's time for our interview space. Let's discover in this session some very beautiful couples who share with us their opinions on the realities of love and also of life as a couple.
Once again, thank you for this point concerning my expectations at the beginning of family life. That time coincided with my newly appointed responsibility as director of the center of Agontikon, the second largest center in Benin at the time. and I had that responsibility. So my wife joined me just a year after my appointment. And being in that position, which I had never occupied previously, I wanted above all to have my wife at my side as support. She has played this role well. And so, in summary, I wanted her to be united with me, to support me in this new mission, especially this mission that I had just acquired as a center leader, a center that was not the least, having a lot of members, nearly 17 total. So it was a big responsibility since I had never played this role before. She knew how to accompany me. She was united with me, and this allowed me to assume this responsibility.
I offered a lot of donations, but Stephen Warren let me live. I also did work marriage and matching that they can advise me on what to expect, what to do and not what to do. When I was feeling like I'm tense or like I have anxiety, things don't start to like listening to music or even shopping so that it can calm down. Bon, concernant ma préparation,
Regarding my preparation for matching and blessing, let's say that this period was for me a time when I was doing a lot of devotions to prepare myself internally to accept the future spouse that I will have and to love him as God will love him. I must say that what allowed us to go through this journey despite difficulties, the persecutions, which are moreover normal, was first of all prayer centered on the unity of our couple, of our understanding in all the difficulties we could face. And we put all this into prayer, and each time God answered positively. Perhaps we couldn't discover God's answer directly, but God was always present. That's why we said, on the basis of prayer and investment in the work, God blessed everything we were able to do. I also thank him because he supported me every time. Everyone has his own character, but I commend him for being understanding every time, if maybe every time I'm not. If maybe I'm a bit angry or there's something I didn't like, his character is always gentle. He always has this tenderness to receive things and to observe before speaking. That's what makes this relationship we've built. I won't say he's my husband. I always consider him as my big brother and me as the little sister. And so we can share freely what we think and what we want.
That's a tough question right there. But to be honest, yes. Of course, many times you find yourself thinking of how just like really kind of thinking out how the spouse would look like, but I really didn't have like a type per se, but like just I wanted just a good person who's good hearted, who has faith in heavenly parent and true parents, also someone who would be there to do something. And I can say for a fact now that I'm blessed, yes, I really got the person who was my type, the person I would really want to have.
De mon côté aussi, je voulais quelqu'un qui est
Also, I wanted someone who had faith in God and true parents and who would help me to improve myself, to become a better person. But there was also another aspect, it's just a detail. I wanted an international matching, precisely with an Asian. But well, even though we are a national couple, I think God has somehow answered my prayers. And in my nation, I have found my Asian man with whom I am. And I think God and true parents know what is best for us, and that's what we should follow. Yes, thank you once again. If I have any advice to give to couples, it is to ask them to always pray, to refer to prayer, to make the effort to see the qualities of their partners, of their partner, not to pay too much attention to the faults, because by focusing on the faults, this can permanently generate conflicts. They need to understand also, and above all, what brought them together, the will of the heavenly parents, our true parents. At all time, prioritize what is noble and important. Thinking of this, the other aspects can always be overcome. For example, the difficulties related to physical life, to what we encounter every day, can be easily overcome when one has in mind much higher concern for the providence of God. So the greatest advice, let them not forget what brought them together, the heavenly parents, our true parents, the will of the heavenly parents, and let them look more at the qualities of their partner and encourage these qualities. Then unity will come gradually. If we have any advice to give, is that since the blessing is the most precious gift that our true parents have given us, parents and children should trust each other in the choice of a partner, and that this choice should be more focused on the inner rather than just the external aspects. Thank you very much. That is all we have to share with you.
A lot of conditions, especially during this period, because there's a lot to prepare. There are a lot of challenges in the encounter, but once you offer conditions, your true parents will constantly help you. And also when you're feeling like low, like you've lost hope, maybe you are not finding a match or someone you really want, you can talk to someone or also ask for help.
Thank you. Bye.
L'amour de Dieu
is big like this, it's big like this, it's big like this, it's good for you, it's good for you. Hallelujah.
Simplement say that God lives in the couple.
Dieu vit dans les couples.
God lives in the couple. These testimonies make me want very much to have my own life, my own couple life too. And at the same time, I remember that I'm not yet blessed.
Oh la la, you just have to make the right decision from now on.
That's okay. Let's just keep going. We are going to discover and enjoy a very beautiful song, which will carry us through a beautiful wave of emotion.
Flowers du Nigeria.
Yes, the Sunflowers of Nigeria have prepared a special song for us. Don't forget to send your reactions and encouragement to our brothers and sisters in the chat.
Et d'encouragement à nos frères dans le chat. Appréciez avant toi.
Now enjoy Before You.
Y'avait pas d'image, y'avait pas de couleur, y'avait pas d'histoire, mon âme seule. Y'avait pas les faits, y'avait pas le cœur, aucun sourire, mon âme et sœur. Tu sais le monde de tous les paroles, j'avais les mots mais pas la chanson. Tu sais l'amour, tu sais la passion. Oui, c'est écrit, c'était dit. Oui, c'est la vie. Avant toi, je n'avais rien. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin. Je sais le ciel ne m'en veut pas d'avoir posé les yeux sur toi. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin.
Y'avait pas de maison, y'avait pas bonheur, j'avais pas de raison, mon âme sœur.
Y'avait pas de lune, y'avait pas clair. J'étais seul ici, mon âme seul. Tu sais l'amour de tous les parents. J'avais les mots, mais pas la chanson. Tu sais l'amour de toutes les façons. Oui, c'était écrit, c'était dit. Oui, c'est la vie. Avant toi, je n'avais rien. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin. Je sais le ciel ne m'en veut pas d'avoir posé les yeux sur toi. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin. Avant toi, je n'avais rien. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin. Avant toi, je n'avais rien. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin. Je sais le ciel ne m'en veut pas d'avoir posé les yeux sur toi. Avant toi, on m'a pas montré le chemin.
Wow.
Wow.
What a beautiful presentation. I couldn't help but travel to the sound of this melody. These voices were just striking.
What deepness. Let's have another round of applause for this warm performance. You know, apart from singing, the young people are investing their talent in a new dynamism of providence in Africa. Here is an overview of the activities carried out over the last 4 months across the continent. Follow.
Bonjour, très chers membres de la Sainte Communauté du Parent Céleste. Je suis heureux.
Hello, dear members of the Heavenly Parents Holy Community. I am happy to welcome you to this edition of HJ Youth TV Africa. The grace and love of our Heavenly Parents and True Parents are materializing in our lives as we begin this new year of Chonilguk. Today, we take you into the heart of youth activities on this continent, striving to provide a heavenly and model Africa that assists and loves God's only daughter. The Hyojeong Second Regional Worship Festival was held on December 12, 2021. More than 800 youth people aged 13 and above participated from all over Africa. The regional vice president in her sermon developed the importance of cultivating healthy relationships. After the service, the youth participated in a sharing session during which they played games and shared their experiences. The participants were delighted and hope that this initiative will continue. As a customary at the end of the year, Christmas fever was felt throughout the holy community of our Heavenly Parents Holy Community. In many nations, children, youth, and parents celebrated this precious family moment in communion. Games, artistic performance, the distribution of gifts, and advices have furnished these various sequences here and there. This was the case in Benin, Liberia, Ghana, Kenya, and Togo. For more than 70 years, the dream of the Heavenly Parent and True Parents for our original homeland has been deferred. In a spirit of filial piety, IAYSP Africa has organized a series of initiatives to support the realization of a unified Korea and unified world. Under the label Okowi, we have observed a weekly prayer evening on Wednesday for about 21 weeks, a one-day regional seminar on January 17, 2022, to deepen the understanding of each other, of the context of the division, and the physical and spiritual challenges and prospects of a unified Korea.
Du contexte de de la division et le plus s'est tenu le 26 janvier 2022.
Finally, a festival of cultural and artistic creation focusing on the theme of division and advocating for peaceful reunification. The Okowi Festival was held on January 26, 2022. At this event, each of the sub-regions was represented by a selected nation. Of the 5 finalists countries, 3 made it to the top. Zambia took 3rd place. The team from Sao Tome and Principe came in 2nd, and the overall winner of Okowi 2022 was the team from Benin. One of the goals of this continent is to offer families of peace and love to heaven through the blessing of our true parents in marriage. It is therefore with unparalleled determination that some countries are holding information mobilization meetings with young people, whether weekly or monthly. Benin, DRC, Gabon, Cameroon, Liberia, and Burundi have been preparing young people aged 17 and over to the blessing since January. Nearly 200 youth have participated to this date. In line with the regional candidate training plan, in Angola, 57 youth participated in a 7-day workshop from January 10 to January 16th, 2022. And Liberia recently concluded a 21-day workshop for 25 young students. Northern Sub-region, so more specifically now in the Northern Sub-region, the sub-regional phase of the Synergy competition was held on December 12th, 2021. 50 young people from Ivory Coast, 60 young people from Burkina Faso, and dozens of other online participants attended. At the end of the presentation of brilliant ideas of projects to serve the community, Aubin Kabore, candidate from Burkina Faso, won the round. In Ivory Coast, in Côte d'Ivoire, the IAYSP chapter of Yamoussoukro organized a special camp for young people that brought together 24 participants from December 19th to 24th. The objective of this educational camp was to pass the teaching and values of our founders concerning the youth. On February 12th, IAYSP Côte d'Ivoire held a ceremony called Youth Heroes Award to reward the youth who, in their different localities, have a positive impact on society by organizing community and humanitarian activities. Two of these young people received their medals and certificates in front of an audience of 90 people. The ceremony took place at the Félix Houphouët-Boigny University of Cocody in the amphitheater of the Faculty of Medicine. In Burkina Faso, IAYSP held an introductory conference for a dozen young models from an Aura agency. They discussed ethics, morals, and leadership, among other things. And in the city of Bobo Dioulasso, young people are pursuing a character education program at the Lycée Saint-Joseph de Kokorowe on February 15th and 19th. 224 students from this high school attended the program. The training was given by Mr. Sou Sylvain Ouattara. The participants took the determination to be true citizens of peace. IAYSP Mali creates an impact through community cleanup activities and environmental actions. On January 29th, 2022, in Banankabougou in Bamako, they held a cleanup day together with YST. During this event, the youth were able to mobilize 12 members on the ground. It was also an opportunity to raise awareness about the importance of preserving a healthy environment. On February 26th, they proceeded to a donation of food for underprivileged children concerned to provide such children of the heavenly parents with a smile, a little joy, and hope. In Sub-region 2, Nigeria, from December 27th to December 31st, 2021, Nigeria held a 3-day workshop with second-generation children. The seminar was aimed at encouraging the blessing of the youth and educating them on their identity. 25 youth attended and gained new knowledge about matching their identity. They returned home with enriched hearts and mind. In Liberia, in addition to the Sunday school activities and workshops, the community celebrated lineage. Wisu Drew Coleman and Gyu Te Nekar celebrated their second anniversary in November 2021 to show their love. Their elders of the second generation prepared a cake and gave them birthday gifts. It is in an atmosphere full of love that all the members shared these moments of happiness. In Sub-region 3, during the month of November, December, and January, IAYSP Angola, Cameroon, and DRC chapters held character education conferences and workshops. These workshops were held in several regions of these different nations with great success. A total of 740 youth participated, and IAYSP in these in this sub-region does not intend to stop there. It will continue its activities as long as necessary to reach its youth. On February 12, 2022, the Center of Limete in Kinshasa organized a cultural evening to educate young people on the fall and the need to keep their purity. It took place in two parts. The educational evening, during which the young people received teachings, and the second part, which privileged the artistic and sports performances. Since November, YSD Cameroon has been organizing a monthly gathering of children from 5 to 12 years old at the National Center in Yaoundé. The purpose of this gathering is to teach them about the heavenly tradition and their identity. Classified by age group, the children are taught and practice various artistic activities such as dancing and singing. In Sub-Region 4, on February 5th, 2022, YST Zambia held a youth service to educate them about the heavenly tradition and get them to connect with true parents. After the service, the third place winning team of the Okowi Festival received their award. Then one of the coordinator of Chombo Africa, Reverend Enrico Chaba, gave a teaching on the spirits of Yoksa Chanyang, while also conducting a recruitment for the new Chanyang Academy. We will end our trip in the eastern sub-region. The regional president made a visit to Kenya and Uganda, during which he met and spent warm moments with the youth. It was a time to meet with youth leaders and give them wise advice. In the world of Tongil Mudo, from December 11th to 2021. From December 11th to December 22, 2021, representatives of 16 countries in the world faced each other in the International Championship of Martial Arts Tongil Mudo in Mombasa, Kenya. It gathered more than 300 participants. This prestigious International Tongil Mudo Martial Arts Championship, sponsored by the Kenyan government through the Kenyan Tongil Mudo Federation, provides an opportunity for all Tongil Mudo practitioners from around the world to meet once a year to compete as heroes representing their respective countries in dueling, bond and special techniques, individually or as a team. Several gold and silver medals were won by Burkina Faso and DRC. The hope of a heavenly Africa, a heavenly unified Korea and peaceful world is ongoing. With a youth available and committed to the dynamics of love, brotherhood, and sincere devotions, the dream remains possible. Even in the seemingly darkest hours of our history, our true mother remains convinced that you are the light of this world. So let us become those magnets who love and attract goodness, and let us illuminate the world. See you soon.
Nous pouvons voir là.
We can see here the considerable efforts made by African youth. Indeed, all this shows the heart of devotion and determination that the youth in service of the Heavenly Parent. What shocked me was the commitment and mobilization of the youth at the Okowi Festival. They proved their commitment to the realization of the unified Heavenly Korea. I didn't tell you. And what shocked me more was the celebration of the third generation anniversary in Liberia.
You're absolutely right. They are so cute. As for us, we are now going to follow a cartoon, rather special. So I'm not going to give anything away. Let's stay focused and follow.
Hello everyone, my name
this is our first time doing something like this. I don't really recall here in Africa, doing a story through animations. Of course, we've seen many performances throughout the different programs we've had, from music to song to poems to dance, and each of them trying to tell its own story. But we've seen that there are people here that have the talent to create different things, and we just want to see how we can explore it and use it to spread the message or teach through mother's words. So that is actually what we've used this opportunity to do. So for those of you that have your criticisms, please forgive us. This is our first time, and we just really hope that you enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Sonwa Jeremiah, a second year in Nigeria. So this is our work, and I want to talk more about learn a little less of Corinne. Corinne is a teen who is love-struck and also confused of what love should be like in the world she's in and in the secular world. So you get to know more after then. So I also want to just give an important message. The kind of relationship we build with our parents determines the kind of life our parents and our spouse with us are going to have in the future. So this is all I can ever tell you. Thank you, and watch, and so you will learn so many lessons. Thank you.
A long, long time ago. Actually, not so long ago. Sometime in between, there was a girl, Corinne, as she was called. Corinne lived with her parents in a small town on the city hills not too far away from the city. Since childhood, Corinne's parents showered her with love and affection and made the effort to train her and educate her to become a beautiful, lovely lady. Her parents ran a busy tavern where they used to make ends meet and take good care of the family. Moreover, Corinne was groomed in the martial arts to maintain discipline and unity with her mind and body. It is, however, pertinent to note that Corinne's parents were firm believers and practitioners in the ancient universal principles, what some of us know as the divine principles. This is why her father gave to her a very important family relic.
Daddy, what's this?
Dear Corinne, this is a lotus ring. It's been passed down to our children from generation to generations. It is a sign of commitment to purity. My dear, you keep your purity, and one day, when you meet your handsome prince, you give it to him on your blessed day to show him that you have waited all your life for him.
For Corinne, all seemed to be going well. That was until a new daughter named Sarah was introduced into the family. As time went by, Corinne started to feel as though her parents' love was drifting away. Was the love her parents felt for her really diminishing? Or was she just being immature about things? Whatever the case was, Corinne's perspective towards her family and the world began to change. Why should I bother about anything? After all, they don't really care about me, thought Corinne. This mindset greatly influenced her relationship with Sarah, even as they grew into adolescence and became young adults. Sometimes their fights would get physical, ending with Corinne being scolded since she was the elder of the two. Eventually, the relationship between Corinne and her family got worse. For this young, fierce lady looking to escape it all, her peace of mind came in the form of a young man named Philip. Philip and Corinne would sit in the fields and talk intimately, and he was always her shoulder to cry on. An attraction soon formed between the both of them. And one day, Philip suggests to Corinne to leave and find her own place in the world. To Corinne, this seemed like a good idea. After all, her parents didn't seem to like having her around. After all the arguments and fighting that ensued in the household, Corinne made up her mind and decided to leave home for the better.
My dear, let's not be rash about things. Please don't leave. Your mother and I only want you to get along with your sister. That is all.
Father, please. The truth's life has become very unbearable here. I can't help but feel that you don't love me as much as you love Sarah. I just can't take it anymore.
If you have to leave, please do not forget all that we have taught you since your childhood. You are heaven's precious daughter. Don't give yourself freely to just anyone. Please, remember also the ring, my dear child.
Yes, Father, I know.
Corinne wastes no time in packing her bags. She moves on foot and catches the eyes of a few thugs that harass her. She is able to defend herself and seems to be having everything under control. Or so she thought. In the chaos of defending herself, she notices a figure who looks familiar in the commotion created by the thugs. This figure is tough and manages to take down all the thugs in his way. Ow! It seems like it's Philip.
Oh, hey, Philip, what are you doing here? How can you not be in trouble?
Actually, I didn't. I just followed you when you left home, and I just saw that you were in danger.
While on their journey, Philip reminds Corinne about how big the world is. There is more than enough to explore and find what you need in life. The pair stroll into a nearby tavern where they eat and drink. For Corinne, this was a new experience. Philip offers her a glass of wine, like the gentleman he seems to be. This was definitely a first for her, as this was always off limits in her home. After a few sips of wine, he invites her to dance with him. What in the world is going on? All these new experiences all at once, and how engaging the feelings that come with them. It seemed as though the attraction was getting stronger and stronger.
Ow!
What is it? Are you okay? Wait, what is this ring?
Don't worry about it. It's actually nothing.
Well, I mean, if it hurts, maybe you should just take it off.
But could she? After all, this ring was a gift from her father with an important history behind it. It was something to be given to your beloved. It was not to be ignored. Corinne knew that, but couldn't deny her feelings for Philip, even though they were illicit. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. It's just an accessory, she says as she takes it off. As the night passes, Philip takes her out to different places, and Corinne is swept off her feet. The night comes to an end with both of them being in love. At night in the marketplace, Corinne and Philip are taking a stroll, and they stumble upon an old lady that asks for help. Philip seems to be drawn aback by this old woman's appearance and refuses to help. Corinne, on the other hand, decides to lend a hand to the old woman. As she gets closer, the old woman stylishly warns Corinne about the kind of man Philip might turn out to be by quoting, "Appearances can be quite deceiving." These words go deep into Corinne's heart as she feels the honesty and wisdom in the words of the lady. However, she cannot help but acknowledge the fact that this moment she lives in is indeed everything. And what better way of living in the moment is there apart from moving in with Philip and living together as a couple? That's right. This was the next level of their relationship. However, there's no doubt that a relationship such as this would not come with its share of loopholes. Yes, these loopholes were bound to be very visible sooner or later. And they were very glaring today, a few months after they began living together. Philip had a drinking habit which brought dark clouds to this relationship, and Corinne was not having it any longer. This brought about heated arguments between the both of them and made their love grow really sour. One day, Corinne decides to take a walk around the neighborhood to clear her head and distract herself from how ruined her life has become. On her pathway, she could not help but notice a woman and her infant child being rough-handled by a group of men. These men seemed to be harassing her to drag her out of her home for some reason. Corinne could not just stand the injustice before her eyes done to a fellow lady like herself. She, however, approaches the scene to find out what's going on. Corinne is told that the lady owes rent to the landlord but refuses to pay. Corinne promises to pay on her behalf if only they could be patient some more. The men are adamant and still continues to drag the lady out while she struggles. Corinne is furious at their impatience and can't stop herself from taking down the men with the martial arts that she has mastered over the years. She scares the men away, picks the lady and her baby up, and then takes them back into the house. She gives the young lady a bracelet that seems expensive and tells the lady to get it sold and use the money to get the rent paid. The lady declines and mentions that the father of her child will take care of the rent for her. Corinne asks if the lady is married, but she answers no. Corinne is thus confused. It is difficult for her to imagine that a lady with a child already is not yet married. Who and where is the father of this child? The lady explains that the father of her child is having it hard these days, all because he was fired from his job as a waiter in the tavern up on the hill. She says he is a handsome young man named Philip. Corinne is even more confused. A young man who works in the tavern up on the hill? The only tavern up on the hill is the infamous one that belonged to her parents. And this man's name is Philip? What a coincidence. Corinne asks if the lady can give a brief description of this Philip fellow. The lady describes Philip, and then Corinne is suddenly 80% certain that this Philip is not too different from the same Philip she has been cohabiting with for the past 2 weeks. How can this be? It didn't take up to 5 seconds before the door suddenly slides open and she turns to see a bewildered Philip who is equally flabbergasted to see Corinne in the house of his baby mama.
Wait, Philip, this woman, what she really said, is it true?
Oh, it's true, for Christ's sake. What exactly do you want me to do about it?
An outrightly flustered and teary-eyed Corinne runs out the door, sobbing profusely all the way home. Philip runs after her as fast as he can. Corinne arrives home and in shock and sadness. She feels a pinch on her finger and realizes that the lotus ring on her finger has turned gray and has lost its luster. Philip arrives home where she is and it all gets really heated. Philip explains that he used to work for her father at the tavern a year ago, but was unjustly fired from the job without being allowed to explain his situation. He then mentions that he decided to get even with her father by getting close to her and toying with her feelings to hurt her and make her feel what he felt when he was dismissed from his job. Corin is even more dumbfounded and enraged to the point that all she does when he ends his gloating with his final statement is to give him a very heavy blow on his cheek with all her might. She picks up her bag and realizes that she has no choice but to go back home. She cries all through her journey up the hill, wondering if her parents would even accept her back after all that's happened. When she arrives at her compound, she notices her father sitting outside with worry written all over his face. She comes before him and kneels down. "Father, your daughter is back," she says. "You were right all along. I was very selfish and foolish. I was blinded by my jealousy and didn't think carefully about my actions. Please forgive me, Father." Her father stands and raises her up, embraces her and kisses her with tears in his eyes. Her mother comes and embraces her tightly in tears. What a very moving family reunion this turns out to be. Corinne proposes to her parents that she would like to work with her parents and serve at the tavern while she lives at home. She also reveals to her parents that even though she had a relationship with Philip, she never gave up her purity to him in that relationship. As time goes by, her father comes with a proposal for her to participate in the blessing and be matched with a nice man they found for her. For Corinne, there couldn't be any better news than this. She immediately says yes, and through Jongsong and devotion she offers, she says yes to this nice man, Matthias, as he is called. Finally, we hear blessing bells ring as Corinne and Matt become husband and wife. The lotus ring her father gave to her as a child, now turned back to its original color, is given to Matthias by Corinne. She tells him that she had made a lot of mistakes, but she knew deep down that she would find her true beloved and be with him for eternity. And so she kept herself for her ideal prince.
L'amour, l'amour, de l'amour.
Love, love, love. What a nice feeling.
À la fois.
And at the same time, so complicated. We say a great thank you to all the team behind this beautiful element. I am really amazed.
I wish I had such a talent too. When I was a kid, I loved to draw, but well, I could only draw squares and balloons. Really, congratulations. Good job.
Nous invitons maintenant
We now invite the Sunha Choir from Benin to perform the holy song number 5, page 35.
Day of Glory. love, saw love, both makes us sweet. To say that, as we also heard in the interviews, love is not just joy all the time. Love is also salty. And it's the mix of this sweet and sour that makes it so special and enjoyable for us in the end. This is what we are going to discover in today's sermon with the Regional Secretary General of IAYSP, Mr. Kenta Kishi, whom I ask you to welcome with a loud ovation.
Okay, good morning, bonjour, or bon dia, dear Regional President, Regional Vice President, Africa Headquarters staff, Sub-Regional Directors, National Leaders, and all blessed families, and all youth in Africa. Thank you very much for joining the Regional Sunday Service, and I'm glad to see all the performances, the songs, and the interviews, and especially cartoons. Wow, I think more than my talks, you will remember about cartoon after this Sunday service. So yeah, if you agree, let's give the round of applause to all the performances. Thank you very much for your effort. This is very great effort. All right, thank you very much. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kenta Kishi. I am the Secretary General of IAYSP, and here is my wife, Nijika from Japan. And yeah, we were matched, and we were blessed in 2018. Maybe many people may know me as administrator, but my profession is not administration, but my profession is conjugal love. This is what I can proud of. So I'm really glad to have this opportunity to talk about conjugal love. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So today's topic is conjugal love, bitter love, sour love, all make us sweet. And when it comes to the marriage, the marriage is really the highlight of our life. In any religions, whether you believe God or not, even the communism, they all think this marriage is the one of the most important moments in our life. In the Christian, in the Buddhism, in the Muslim, all the cultures, all the communities, even from long time before, everyone thinks the marriage is very important in our life. But isn't it really? It's not normal. Everyone likes this marriage. Maybe people, you like kuku, you like achake, but no, there is nothing everyone likes like marriage. And so everyone, it's really since the beginning of the human history, the marriage is assumed as the most important moment. And nowadays, but the concept of marriage is now getting a little bit changed. Originally, the love and marriage and sex are one. It should be together. If we love each other, we married each other and we live together. So this is normal since the beginning of human history. But recently, this concept is now getting changed. We love each other, but we don't get married. We stay together, but we don't get married. Or we get married, or we don't love each other, or where maybe we stay together, but we don't love each other, and we don't get married, which maybe animals also cannot do. And especially young people like love and sex, but people refrain marriage recently because marriage accompanies the responsibilities. And so people are really asking, do we need to be married? Is it optional or is it mandatory? And what's the purpose of marriage? Yeah, let's ask ourselves, what's the purpose of the marriage? Maybe some people or says humankind perishes without marriage. Yeah, if we don't get married, everyone don't get married. Yeah, our descendants will diminish. Maybe the developed countries, the population is getting lower and lower, and then this is not good. Let's get married, and hey everyone, let's get married to save the world. But is it really the purpose of the marriage? If it is the primary purpose, well, like polygamy, having several wives, having several husbands is very good to multiply ourselves. But it shouldn't be the purpose of the marriage. It's like, yeah, we are like animal. But this is not the purpose. It is a part of the purpose, but this is not the main purpose of the marriage. Then let's think why heavenly parents created male and female. Maybe this question is really doesn't mean anything for some of us. Well, we are male and female from the beginning. But this fundamental question is very important to understand why we have a male and female. Yeah, let's look at the Bible. Or God says it is not good for the man to be alone. Yeah, I think many of you might have heard about this word. What does it mean? It's not good for the man to be alone. If we can be perfect by ourselves, yeah, without not having the spouse, and we can yeah, perfect by ourselves, we can multiply by ourselves. Adam get matured, and one day Adam becomes duplicated. Adam 1, Adam 2, and then Adam 3 and Adam 4, and everyone, yeah, Adams are getting multiplied. Then there is no human fall. Right? Looks like it's good for yeah. We don't need to worry about human fall, and everyone can multiply by ourselves. But yeah, having all the humankind multiplied, and God is looking at Adam's multiplying by himself. Okay, well done, well done. Is it happy for God? You know, that God was preparing for all the universe to prepare for Adam and Eve, or the humankind. But if Adam was just multiplying by himself, why God created this world? God wasn't intending to see Adam's multiplying by himself, but God wanted to create the world of love. So this is the purpose why God created this universe. That's why, yeah, of course, God knew the possibility of a human fall, but nevertheless, He wanted to see the world of love. That's why God created Adam and Eve. Adam should have the pair. The love cannot occur without a pair. That's why God created Adam and Eve, and for this, all the preparation of the universe and the earth and the trees and the birds and the animals, everything is created to see Adam and Eve getting married. So this marriage is the most exciting moment for God. That's why this blessing ceremony is the most important for our religion, but not only our religion, but also any religions, even non-religious countries thinks this marriage is very important. Our instinct knows the marriage is very important. This is because marriage is the most important moment for heavenly parents. Yeah, so can you imagine if you are preparing the blessing, how God was waiting for this moment? Yeah, let's think about the motivation of the blessing. Yeah, if I have the list of those who are going to the blessing in this year, I wanted to ask, what is the motivation, especially for second generation? What is the motivation? If you have the answer, please, yeah, stand up and shout in the church, even though we cannot hear you. What is the motivation for the blessing? Maybe many people might say, this is my parents' desire, because my father and my mother desires me to receive blessing. And that's why I go to blessing. This is very good answer. In the beginning, maybe we need to follow your parents or true parents, because true parents want us to receive blessing. This is very good answer actually, but we need to really develop our motivation. If the motivation, if the reason why I love my wife is because of my parents, maybe one day if our relationship gets worse, I may blame my parents because my father forced me to go to the blessing. That's why I get married with you. It shouldn't be for my wife. She doesn't want to listen to such kind of motivation. So we in the beginning, of course, it's important to follow your parents, to follow your heavenly parents or true parents, but our motivation should be developed. And because I am second gen, this is also exemplary answer. I really love this answer. But before going to the blessing, please seek your answer. Why you love your spouse? I mean, your partner. It shouldn't be because I am second generation. I inevitably needed to go to blessing. That's why I come to blessing. This shouldn't be the answer on the day of the blessing. And because everyone is receiving blessing, that's true. Maybe for sisters, if the same ages sisters are getting blessed, and it's only you who didn't receive the blessing, you might worry and I need to go to blessing. Of course, it can be the motivation in the beginning, but really, if you are preparing for the blessing, please find your happiness. Blessing is not the end point in our life. Actually, this blessing is the beginning of the second life. So this is really the long journey. If you don't have the strong desire, strong motivation from the beginning, it may be difficult to continue your blessed life. In order to really, you will spend more than 60 years after getting blessed. So this is really what we need to think. Where is the beginning point? Why I love my wife? Why my wife loves me? It should be very clear before going to the blessing. So if you are preparing for the blessing, I will not give answer today, but please seek your answer. Why you love your partner. And the next topic is married life suite. As MC said, the answer is not always. I mean, the married life is actually sweet, but in order to make it sweet, we need to be trained. Many people actually struggle because of the marriage. This philosopher Kierkegaard said, if you marry, you will regret it. If you do not marry, you will also regret it. Many people are suffering because of the marriage, but many people desire marriage. This is really little why human beings so desiring the marriage, but after the marriage, they suffer. Why is the married life so bitter? Then because we share everything. Maybe those who denies, especially young people, or says, because I don't want to share my room, I don't want to share my money, that's why I don't want to get married. Outside people or may say like this. But actually, when we get married, no one will suffer because of sharing everything. I don't suffer because I share my house or I share my money. It's really doesn't matter after the blessing. So it shouldn't be the reason why the marriage is bitter. Because no time for myself. Especially for brothers. I heard some brothers that saying that I want to study more before getting blessed. Well, I want to after the graduation, you say, oh, I want to focus on my job before getting married. But actually, even after the blessing, you can study. No one will stop you studying. Even after the blessing, you can continue your job. The marriage doesn't disturb you anything, so it cannot be the reason. But rather, the why it is difficult is because maybe the difference between the male and female is very completely different. Spouse is very alien in the beginning. We are really completely different entity. When we compare brother and sister, maybe I cannot list up everything, but maybe the most biggest difference is the brothers are really purpose oriented, and the sisters are relation oriented. Brothers can live alone without any relationship, without any spouse, if they have clear without any friends, if they have clear purpose. If you like football, with football, or you can live alone. But sisters, we need people, or even if you have strong purpose. And this really makes a lot of difficulties when sister calls husband, hello, I wanted to call you, how are you? And then, okay, it's been a long time. We didn't meet each other for 1 month. Yes, that's right. What is the purpose when you call me? It's brothers need to understand that the reason why sister calls a brother is not there's not even if there isn't any purpose, she wants to have a relationship with brother. And so this kind of difference is there. And the brothers are relatively logical, and the sisters are more emotional, generally speaking. And those who are logical feels emotional people is not really, this person is really thinking deeply. But on the other hand, emotional people think logical people are very cold. This person is not really understanding me. So this is really a big difference. And the brothers are more quiet, sisters are more talkative. Sisters might feel brothers, I don't understand what he thinks. And brothers are bold, and sisters are more delicate and more careful. Brothers can go to the journey without any worry, and at the risk of his life, he can go to the Mount Everest. The sisters will think, I want to be a stable life. And the sense of finance, this is also a big challenge if you start a married life. And maybe one side uses money many times, and one side really keep the money. This kind of difference may be seen between husband and wife. And the reason of conflict is really expectation. We expect something as the wife, you should clean up our room. Or as husband, you should work hard. You know, if our relationship is not close, we don't matter. If our friend is not cleaning up, we don't suffer. It doesn't matter. But if when it comes to our spouse or our parents, we expect something. That's why we struggle. I wanted you to do this, but you didn't. That's why we suffer. Why you bought this expensive clothes without telling me? And but yeah, we don't expect our friends to buy expensive clothes without telling you. This is because we are so close. We have certain expectation to our spouse. That's why we struggle each other. It's not because of the your spouse's fault. It's because we are so close. We expect something. Yeah. So yeah, what I want to share today is the law of magnet. Yeah, Trumada recently mentioned about magnet, but this is really, this is incredible law of the magnet. Yeah, it can apply in any relationship, but if one side is plus and one side is also the plus, we resist each other. Yeah, this is very simple, but very, yeah, I found this is very deep and it's really important in terms of our relationship. If one side is plus and one other is minus, they attract each other naturally. It's natural. If one side is saying, oh, wah, then one side should listen. Why you bought this expensive clothes? Oh, but you also bought last time a very expensive shoes. If you bring up the past thing, then it will be big big conflict. And we both are plus and plus, and then we resist each other. But if one side is plus, one side should be minus. It doesn't matter one side is this person is right or wrong. It's if one side is minus, the other will be attracted naturally. Yeah. So this is the principle, and it can apply to the parents-child relationship and the able-kind relationship. Yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, when you witness people, or even if you push, or you should attend 7 days workshop, or you should come to the blessing, if you are always plus and the guest is just listening to you, the guest will not come to you. But rather, if you listen to them, they want to say, because my parents doesn't want, because of this and this. But if you listen to them, listen to everything, please listen to them, because my father has this kind of problem, or listen. Oh, okay. That's a big problem. And then also I worry about this, my school, my friends, or listen everything. Then naturally this person, okay, I decided to go to 7 days workshop. Even if you don't push this person will naturally come to you. It's very true. Please trust and try in your relationship. It doesn't really matter this person is wrong or not. Yeah, if the members say, my church leader is not really using the money, listen to them. Everything, if you listen to them, the God will really dwell in the unity between subject and object. As I said, it doesn't really matter which is right and which is wrong. Even if this what this person is saying is wrong, listen to them. Then this person naturally attract. If the children is not coming to the parents, listen to them. If wife is hysteric, listen to them. You shouldn't say, you are the object partner, you should listen to me. Or if you are the church leader, okay, you are king, you should listen to me. This is not the principle, or the principle is subject and object to be united as plus and minus. And the plus and minus can be shuffled. And if they are united, the God can dwell. This is the really, I applied to all the relationship I have. And I know that the time is running, but let me introduce just one two father's word. You need to be more altruistic. The most altruistic person becomes the leader. In the group of 10 people, the one who becomes the central person is the one who lives for the group and loves the other 9 the most. The others will seek the person out. Thus far, people have thought that living for the others was bad for them. Yet living for the sake of others is actually the way to become the central person, to become a leader and to inherit everything. This is the natural law. Yeah, we need to apply to ourselves. You shouldn't apply to your spouse, or you should, the principle always needs to be applied to myself. Otherwise, you expect your spouse to be in principle. This is not a principle. Yeah. So in summary, joy is not produced without partner. I can understand. You want to say, I'm not ready for blessing. Don't worry. Everyone has naturally we have the time to seek your spouse. Yeah, then you will really find the joyful moment after the blessing. Let us find our own motivation before our blessing ceremony. If you are preparing for the blessing in this year, congratulations. Please pray and find your own motivation while you go to blessing. In the third point, difficult to communicate, listen and obey. This is the principle. If you always think, this person needs to be educated, I need to educate, I need to educate her, I need to educate him, and then this person will not listen to you. Please listen and obey. This is really the principle. If you have any difficulties, this is really the principle. Please listen to others. And finally, God dwells where subject and object are united. Really, this is what God wanted to see since the beginning of the creation. God wanted to see subject and object loving each other and unite, centering on God. This is what God wanted to see. So let's really find such a opportunity through the blessing. If you are preparing for the blessing, please don't worry. You worry about the money. After the blessing, you worry about your parents. Don't worry anything. Be excited and please be ready for the blessing. This is what God wanted to want to see you, and God doesn't think you are not ready for blessing. It's only you who are thinking I'm not ready for blessing. Please understand. Please listen to God's heart, and then you can really find the sweet life with your spouse. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I think the sermon, as I said, maybe more than my sermon, the cartoon was more impressive. But I hope you could take away something from my talk. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And merci beaucoup and muito obrigado.
Merci beaucoup de vouloir
Please
accompagner
escort the Regional Secretary General of IAYSP with a standing ovation. Thank you very much for this valuable and practical internal guidance. It is time for offerings. Please.
J'espère que vous avez bien suivi ce sermon qui nous est directement conseillé.
We hope that you listen to this sermon. It is time for offerings. Please put your intentions in the chat and comment to the video. God needs comment. God needs your appreciation. And I hope that during the sermon you appreciated what happened so far, all what was said. And if you appreciated, please give comments, put comments in the chat, give hearts. And it's time for offerings. Please have your offerings ready for the Heavenly Parent. We will welcome once again the Sonha Choir from Benin for the offering song.
Thank you.
Merci à tous pour vos
Thank
donations.
you. Thank you very much. Now we are going to invite Sister Melissa Conceição Depina, Vice Coordinator Sao Tome, for the offering prayer.
Bom dia, família. Bom dia a todos.
Good morning, family.
Dizer que é uma
Good
oportunidade
morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the HQ for choosing me. This is a big opportunity and a privilege for my country. Let's pray. Thank you, our beloved heavenly parents and true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. Thank you so much for this great opportunity you have given us to gather here today, to praise you, to honor our true parents. And thanks to you, all glory to you. We really learned a lot with this third worship festival, and we are really thankful for all your sons and daughters who have invested a lot for this event. Really want Heavenly Parent, as is your desire as well, for your children to receive this greater blessing you have given us, blessing that true parents have given us. Please be with your children, be with your sons and daughters, with all your children in Africa and all around the world. And we pray that all of us we can really understand the importance of the blessing in our lives. And we would like now to offer this worship festival and to offer all heart and all offering your children have given today. And really want to put everything into practice, all the words we have received today. Please inspire children so that we can all be able to really spread your will, spread your word all over the world. We thank also our beloved true mother for our efforts, for our heart, and really pray so that all of us we can have the will, we can have really strength and energy to help her. We pray. Please bless all your children, all our leaders. I pray for all this in my name, Melissa. Pinam.
Thank you.
Nous allons recevoir les annonces par
We
le
will receive the announcements by the Regional Director of the Blessed Family Department, Reverend Richard Begre.
Bonjour.
So good morning to our 21 co-chairs. Good morning to our regional president. Good morning to our regional vice president. Good morning to our sub-regional directors. Good morning to our national leaders. Good morning to our blessed central families. Good morning to our dear second generations. Good morning to our blessing candidates. And good morning to our candidates to the blessing. So matching candidates and blessing candidates. So we want to give a quick summary of the blessing. So April 16th blessing. And we have a goal to meet, and we have 2 weeks left before concluding. And it's good for us to know where we are at now. So are you able to see my screen?
nous aimerions que vous mettiez cela en plein écran.
Vous pouvez voir l'écran?
Oui, c'est visible.
Non, mais c'est pas en plein écran. Oui, papa, nous pouvons voir.
Bon, la technique à pied d'œuvre. C'est bon, vous pouvez voir l'écran? C'est bon?
Oui, c'est bon, nous voyons bien l'écran.
Ok, merci beaucoup. On va aller rapidement. Donc,
So thank you. We are going to go a bit quicker. So the mobilization for the blessing, concerning the mobilization for the blessing, this is are the results for celebration 1. So Burkina Faso sent 4 files, so 7%. Ivory Coast 26 files, 15%. We have Niger with 3 results, so 30%, and Senegal 2 files, so 7%. So we received, we are at 11% of our goal on that subregion. So for Western subregion, Benin sent 27 documents, Ghana 3 documents, 3 files, Sierra Leone 4, Togo 5. So on a total of 371 that we need to receive, we are at 38. So we are at about 10%. So Angola sent 30, Cameroon 8, Central African Republic 1, Congo sent 3, and DR Congo, so Kinshasa, Congo Kinshasa sent 190 files on 200. So it's the subregion in which our regional president is in, and we are truly glad for their help. And Gabon sent 3 or 4. So at a total, we are at 52% of to 52% to our to reaching our goal in that subregion. So Eastern subregion, we haven't received any files from subregion East. So we are at 0% of realization in Eastern subregion. And the last subregion, which is Southern subregion, we received 1 from Namibia, 3 from South Africa, and in total 4 that we received, and we needed 138, so 3% of realization, goal realization. So for subregion, so Northern subregion, it's 11%, Western, it's 10, Central is 51 or 52, East 0, and South is 3%. So if you have to classify, the first one will be Central subregion, the second one will be Northern, the third will be Eastern, fourth Southern, and fifth will be Eastern. So we received in total 287, and throughout the continent we are at 20% to our goal. So we need at least 1,364 files that needs to be sent. So as we in our rally that we had yesterday concerning the Southern subregion, with the Southern subregion, it is late, but it is not too late yet. And So if you don't have a standard candidate yet, you can have a previously married couple so that you can get to that objective. So our chaplains asked us for us to get to 6,100 candidates to the blessing, and probably there is something after. If we accomplish it, there is something that comes after, and the burden may be heavy, but if we each help, that is why we ask for every member, every family to bring at least one candidate, every member to bring at least one candidate to the blessing, then we can get there, even surpass the goal. And so even if you look in your tribe, you can send one. The regional president sent two files already. Myself, even the regional vice president, everyone is concerned in sending at least one candidate for us to get to that goal. So it's a call that we are sending to those who haven't done it yet. And so please, we have only 2 weeks to get there. So we had a meeting with the international headquarters, and April 16th blessing will happen. Oh, so we have a small issue. So that blessing will happen no matter what happens. Even if COVID gets to 99% in Korea, or whatever may happen, that blessing will happen. So the April 16th blessing.
Voilà, ça y est. Les techniciens sont très forts.
Technicians are quite good. So the April 16th blessing will happen no matter what happens in Korea. So for the blessing elements, those who will go to Korea can buy new clothes and everything that is there, and they can buy it, but it is not mandatory. So if you're going to Korea, it is good to buy, but if you don't have the means to, you can just prepare for it here before going. So those who will receive the blessing in their own nations, you know that you have to get the usual blessing clothes, because it will be hard for them to buy the clothes from Korea, because it'd be hard to send them. So for grace, concerning the grace, many of our brothers and sisters are still waiting for the grace. And so please keep on waiting, because the international headquarters is still working on that. And please wait with devotions. So for those who are going to go to Korea, our candidates or for our candidates or the leaders that will go to Korea, we have 7 days of quarantine to go there, and you have $700 that you need to prepare for quarantine only, because it's $100 per day, and so by individually it's $100 for the blessing fund, and you have $100 of contribution that you have to give in Korea for the contribution to the blessing. So you have to at least prepare $1,000 for those who are going to go to Korea to take part in the blessing. So, and the second generation, will they take the blessing this year? Will they take the holy wine for the blessing this year? We are still waiting for confirmation. And the blessing fund for the single candidates is $100 for first and second generation. For the previously married couples is $100 for the couple. So the deadline is March 25th or 27th. And the second generation who will send their documents for the Hyojeong matching, you need to know that in Hyojeong matching, the results, you cannot discuss them. If you send a second generation's profile to the Hyojeong matching and they are matched by the regional president, then the couple has to prepare to go to the blessing. I'm speaking mostly for the second generation, because if you don't want to go to Hyojeong matching, then the parents can do your matching. And when the result is confirmed, you can now come to matching and the blessing. So thank you. This is all for the announcement. Thank you for your attention.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup pour ces informations.
Thank you very much for these information for us. Thank you. Now we will welcome Sister Jie Akwe to present a song. Let us all connect as one heart and resound to the sound of this melody.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky, a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like the most stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? 'Cause even the stars can cry, some even fall to the earth. We've got the light to light. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't wanna be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got here. We got a lot of stake. And in the end, you said, my friend, at least we did it done for us to work with that and break with that and burn. We had to learn how to bend. We got the word, heaven in. I had to learn what I'm not, what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get wrong. We've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get wrong. We've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the sky gets rough. We've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it.
Grand merci à notre sœur Jie
Thank you for this
pour cette
beautiful
belle
song.
chanson. J'espère que vous êtes nombreux
We
de
will
mettre
then
dans les commentaires.
don't forget to put the hearts in the chat sections and congratulations
Ensuite,
messages in the chat. We will then all pray in unison very strongly. Please open your microphones. Open your mics, please.
priez à l'unisson.
Unison prayer. Hyojeong Aboji Omoni.
Every parent
True courage is that to realize, Father, God's kingdom on earth, the kingdom of justice,
their lives, Heavenly Parents. That truly they can allow the world peace to really Heavenly Parents. Oh, the wonderful we can see the great of the mountain of sacrifice. Heavenly Parents, great and Kentucky gave us today. Thank you for love and everything. And we pray that love doesn't fall. Love doesn't pray that we can rekindle, Heavenly Parents, your love in our heart and all our blessed couple again into our freshness of love. Thank you so much for all your children who are preparing for the we really have to run fast and all the time is running fast. We really need to be love and care. Thank you for this wonderful music.
Still in the same position, we will offer to the heavenly parents and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind a partial bow. Tonjun, Champomanimge, Kyombe. Bow. Bow. Let us offer gratitude to heavenly parents and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind with intense cheers.
Nous tendons à la fin de notre
We are at
festival.
the end of our worship festival. Thank you for taking part.
Thank you for your participation. Special thanks to our regional father, our regional vice president, our dear elder brother Ken Takishi for this beautiful sermon, for his time and for his love towards us. Thanks to all our leaders at all levels, and we hope you enjoy this time together. Special thanks to the technical team and especially to our wonderful interpreters, thanks to whom we were able to connect beyond language barriers. Thank you. It is our pleasure to say goodbye and see you soon. But first,
Please wait for the family pictures. Open up all your cameras. Open your cameras. Thank you very much. The small hearts. Smile. Smile. The small hearts. Smile. Kimchi.
Donne-moi un cœur. Allons-y ensemble. Souriez.
Smile. Thank you very much. Now we will go for the big heart. Those that are in couple can do that together. But if you are alone, you can use both your hands, both of your hands to draw the big heart. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
thank you. Thank you all. And now, please open your mics and we are going to say our slogan for a last time before separating.
Yes, we
are
are ready.
1, 2, 3.
One, two-
AJ Sparks.
Light up the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for participating. We hope that all what was said during this worship service is going to be taken into consideration. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you next
Happy
time.
Sunday. Bye-bye.
Happy Sunday. See you next time.